Okay, Math 1's team, this is video 1 covering some of the concepts from chapter 11, Sine Waves. So after our class Monday night, we had introduced the concepts of amplitude, period and cycle, Y maximum, Y minimum, phase angle, and had started learning how to graph both by hand and by calculator. So let's go look at this particular function. Y equals 14 sine of theta minus 60. And remember that the theta minus 60 is called the argument, and if there are parentheses around it, your sine function is operating on the entire theta minus 60. So you should be able to tell just from looking at the function what the amplitude is. And in this case, the amplitude, capital A, is 14, this multiplier out front. Secondly, we should be able to identify the period in the cycle. Since there is no multiplier multiplying the angle, then this is the basic period or cycle for the sine function, which is 360 degrees. So we're in degrees in this chapter. By maximum, we know that 14 is a multiplier of the sine value. The basic sine maximum is 1. So this maximum is 14. You have to be careful that there's no vertical shift occurring with a plus or a minus outside of the sine function. If there's a plus or a minus outside of the argument, that is a shift. Y minimum, if there's no shift involved, is the opposite of the amplitude here. Our phase angle is defined to be this angle shift applied to your insert angle theta. So we're taking theta, subtracting 60. So in this case, the phase angle is negative 60 degrees. And the sign does matter. Okay, so you're shifting ultimately your theta by subtracting 60 degrees. Okay, so let's talk about graphing this. We know it has a basic period of 360 degrees. So let's mark that on our graph. We also know that sine starts low, namely at as opposed to cosine that starts at 1. And what that refers to, sine starting low, is when the input angle is 0 degrees, the sine of 0 is in fact 0. Now, is that true for this function? Well, likely not. And in fact, the answer is that it does not start at 0, 0 because you have a phase shift. So let's work on building a table. And I'm going to build a table that has 3 columns. Theta is my insert angle, but I have to adjust it by subtracting 60 degrees, and then I need to apply the sine to that result. In the interest of time, I went ahead and completed some values for the table. But note that I need to find not just the sine of theta minus 60, but I have to multiply it by 14 because my original function is 14 sine of the quantity theta minus 60. So I started with 60 degrees because 60 minus 60 produces 0 degrees. Sine of 0 is 0. Multiply by 14 and you get an output of 0. Input of 90, subtract 60, you get 30. Well, the sine of 30 is 1/2, and your output is 7. So I'm going to be graphing 60 and 0, 90 and 7, and then similarly I found 120 is about 12.6, and 150 is about 14. Now returning to my graph that was between 0 and 360 degrees, I broke it down into 180 degrees, which was halfway, and then broke that down halfway to 180 is 90, and halfway between 180 and 360 is 270. I then broke it down to 30-degree increments, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, and so on. So at 60 degrees, my output is actually 0. 90, my output was 7, and so I need some units here. And I'm going to put 14 up at the top of my graph and negative 14 at the bottom of my graph. Halfway will be 7 and negative 7. So for an input of 90 degrees, the output was 7. For 120 degrees, the output was 12.6, which I'm going to estimate. And at 150 degrees, the output was 14. So this is, in essence, the first quadrant, if you will, of my graph, the first fourth of my graph. And from here, it should step down with using symmetry. So 180 is about 12.6. Adding 30 is 210, and 210 should be 7. And then going on to my next value at 240, it should be 0. And that completes the peak, if you will, of my sine graph. And now I need to complete the valley. One easy way to do this is to go to the halfway mark. But remember that the end point of this cycle is not 360 degrees. So I need to find another 180 degrees. So 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180 degrees. Because we had a 60 degree shift, we're going to need to add 60 degrees onto 360 degrees, and my graph should terminate at 420. So I'm going to correct what I thought was my minimum. It doesn't occur there. It's going to occur halfway between 240 and 420. So 1, 2, 3 should be my halfway point, and that'll be my minimum. And of course, my scale isn't completely perfect, but I'm at 7 here, and then I'm at about 12.6, and then on the other side I'm at about 12.6, and then I'm 7, and then I'm going to finish up at 420. Now, those values I were just giving were negative values. So negative 7, negative 14, negative 12.6. Okay, so let's answer a few questions, and you'll be held responsible for this information. Where does this graph cross the y-axis? Well, we know we need to continue our path here. One way to find it algebraically is to go back to your table. And if your input angle is 0, that's where it crosses the y-axis, is where the x value is 0. And we know it's not this point. That was the point, the home base starting point for your basic sine function. So let's go back to our table. Your input is 0 degrees. You have to subtract 60. And so you need to find what the value is for 14 sine of negative 60. Now, if I choose to use the approximation that the book uses for the sine of 60 and negative 60, we use 9/10 as I did earlier. If you choose to use the actual value, which is closer to 0.866, you're going to be finding a different value here by a couple of tenths difference. But this is good enough for our purpose. Now remember, though, that the sine of negative 60 is a negative value, and you would have had from your calculator a negative value. So negative 12.6 approximately is where you're going to find that your graph crosses the x-axis right there. And you, of course, can find it more precisely than rounding to 0.9 if you choose to do so. So we can say approximately negative 12.6. Now, how would this graph need to be shifted to be put in phase with a fundamental sine wave? So remember, a fundamental sine starts at 0, 0 and goes up from there and has a period of 2 pi. So all you need to do, as covered in Monday's class, is take the phase angle. We need to shift it 60 degrees. Well, the phase angle is actually negative 60. But you need to shift it 60 degrees to the left. So you follow that sign, and if it's negative, you would select to the left. That completes the analysis for that particular graph. Let's do a graph fairly quickly here that involves a change in the period. So remember that a multiplier in front of your angle input we call the value n. And to find the period, you take the standard period and divide by n, which in this case is 4. So the period of what we're going to graph is 90 degrees. Our amplitude is clearly 10. There's no vertical shift going on out here, and there's no phase shift. Our y max should be 10, and our y min should be negative 10. Now, I'm going to graph this without a table of values. I found that the period should be 90 degrees. So let's select 90 degrees. Sine starts low. It's going to have our peak, it's going to have a valley, and it's going to end at 90 degrees, remember, because the period we found is 90 degrees. So let's divide 90 degrees into quadrants, if you will. So 30, 60, 90. Doesn't really cut it because 30, 60, 90 would take you here. So work with half values. Half of 90 is 45 degrees. Half of 45 is 22.5 degrees, I believe. And then we'd have, what, 67.5. Got to double check my here that I did this correctly, but it looks correct to me. And remember that you have a peak and then a valley, and at exactly the halfway point, you're going to cross the x-axis. Now your amplitude was 10, so let's graph our 10 and our negative 10. Here's the peak, here's the, and you could sketch your curve, and remember it is a curve, then straight lines in a sine wave. And there you go. If you needed to, you could break these down further. Those won't be nice numbers because of the value involved here, meaning to take parts of 22.5 to find your little demarcations here. But this is good enough. So unless it's a graph where you're being asked to graph 13 points, if you're just sketching something that's pressed like this, that's fine. And you may be asked to actually graph 2 cycles, at which point take it to 180 degrees, and you've got your peak, you've got your valley, and you sketch your curve. And you have 2 cycles. If you were asked to sketch all of the cycles applicable in 360 degrees, you'd have to extend your units in your graph and put in another 2 cycles, because remember, you have 4 total cycles in a 360 degree span. Okay, 4 cycles in 360 degrees makes for a single period of 90 degrees. Now I'm going to finish with these 2 problems, writing the equations of sine waves. I'm going to let you read the first one. Your equation must have an equal sign, so you have y equals, you've got your basic sine function, here's amplitude, and here's how you write in your 12 cycles. Now it's probably best practice to put the parentheses, although it's not required for your calculator. Now you can read the second problem. You have an amplitude of 7 and a phase angle of positive 15 degrees, and this must be put in parentheses.